So, in this part, we are talking about the muscular system in human beings. Just like you can see on the screen, the total number of named muscles are around 656 in case of human beings, although some figures go up to as many as 840. So exactly the number of muscles in human body cannot as such be predicted. We have got figures such as 639, 656 and up to 840. So we have got considerably large number of muscles. But yes, let me tell you a surprising fact. If you observe the elephant's trunk, just the trunk of an elephant, it has over 40,000 muscles. So yes, we are endowed with a good number of muscles for sure, but we are not the only ones amongst the vertebrates. Let's continue to understand more about the muscles and muscular system in human. Let's get to check out some facts which are going to be interesting and also important for our learning. So yes, we have got stapedial muscle or adductor pili muscles, which are the smallest muscles of human body. The stapedial muscle are present inside our ear. Yes, we have the three middle ear bones, malleus, incus and stapes. Associated with the stapes are the stapedial muscles on both our ears. These are arguably the smallest muscles. Besides, we have adductor pili muscles which are present on our body surface and they help in piloerection. That is definitely the erect body hair in order to conserve more heat. Here is the longest muscle of human body, that is Sartorius Femoris. Sartorius Femoris, which you can observe on the screen, is attached with the femur, that is the longest bone of our body, and definitely it is also the longest muscle functional in us. The gluteus maximus, which is the muscle of the buttock, is the largest muscle in human body, and yes, it is powerful enough to carry our whole body mass when we might be sitting. Here you can observe the biceps and triceps, which are muscles of the arm, muscles of the forearm, which are antagonistic in function, just like we have discussed. When we lift our arm close to shoulder, the biceps contract and definitely the triceps relax. And when we release our arm back to its normal position, just the vice versa happen. Other important muscles are also to be understood. So here we can have a look at some of the interesting muscles in us, such as the anterior deltoid, the triceps, the biceps and the ulnaris and so on. Oblique muscles are present which are seen in the eyes, such as the superior oblique muscles, and there are other muscles such as the lateral rectus, the medial rectus, inferior rectus, inferior oblique muscles, the levator palpebri superioris, and definitely the trochlea. So these two are the oblique muscles, superior oblique and inferior oblique muscles, which help in movement of the eyeball inside the socket of our skull, where the eyeballs are kept. Although the eyeballs only occupy around 2% space in our skull, you'll be surprised to know, like the animals such as owl, have got almost 70% of the skull occupied by the eyeball itself. The rectus muscles. These are also muscles of the eye, which you have already discussed. The medial, lateral rectus, inferior rectus, and so on, such as the superior rectus. So the rectus and oblique muscles are present in our eye, which help in movement of our eyeball correctly. Maxillaries. These are the muscles of upper jaw, which you can observe here. So at the upper jaw we are having maxillaries muscles. You'll be surprised to know that when we smile, we are actually using 17 muscles, and when we cry, we are using around 42 muscles. So really, the facial area is having a large number of muscles for its proper functioning. Here is a very interesting muscle that we need to know, that is the pectoralis major muscle. It is muscle of the thoracic or chest area. In case of birds, the muscles are very well organized. In birds we observe pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, and coracobrachialis muscles. These help in movement of the birds and aid in superior strength to the wings in the flying birds such as Columba livia, commonly known as the pigeon. Pectoralis minor, just what I have told you, is present just below the pectoralis major, and it is an important muscle of the thoracic cavity. Mandibularis. It is muscle of the lower jaw, and yes, that is very important. So here we have an interesting question from the concepts we have just learnt, and that is, in which region of the human body do we find pectoralis major muscle? I think you have got the answer, and yes, that is definitely the thoracic region. At the thoracic region we find pectoralis major, and below the same we have pectoralis minor muscles. So here we have the latissimus dorsi, that is a muscle of the shoulder area, which you can observe on the screen here. It is a large muscle that is scattered over the posterior or dorsal surface of the body. Thereafter, we have external and internal oblique muscles at the lower abdominal area of our body. So here we have the internal oblique muscles. We have the serratus anterior muscle, pectoralis major, which you have already discussed, present in the thoracic area. Thereafter we have the external oblique muscles, which are present closer to the epidermal surface, that is our skin. We observe the transversus and rectus abdominis also. So transversus abdominis muscle is present here at this area, and these are also present at the lower abdomen, which ensure that the internal organs are very well protected. And in athletes, because of regular serious body exercise, these muscles enlarge and have their characteristic shape distinctly visible by the unaided eye.